I've heard that the QA is done for security. Well, that's the thing. Security needs to verify the fixes. So if you told, like, if pre is deployed, they should be the ones verifying that. I think that's written in the docs.
Yeah, and I've notified them as well. So
Okay. They can obviously also download the packages. I think all of this is written down in the docs when it comes to that process. But you did well with informing, and now you actually also have the date set, because if they confirm that the QA passed, right, like that they verified the fixes, that means no more surprises there.
yep.
I'm a bit sad that we cannot do this on Friday, but I understand. So that means Monday is our target date.
Well, before you continue,
Yeah.
we could do this on Friday. It's just not something we would publish on Friday.
Right, that's a good point.
Like
That's
the
a
only
good
thing
point.
stopping us is protecting our customers, you know?
Well, that's important. But that's a good point. If we can time it correctly, we might not even need to wait for Monday for the deploy, at least to .com.
Yeah. Because my main
Let's talk.
concern is if we wait till Sunday, we're going to have a new auto deploy branch with 90 plus changes. The chance of a merge conflict raises that many commits. I would
Correct.
like to avoid that personally if possible. So if I could get everything done on Monday, I would be happy. Or excuse me, if I could get everything done on Friday, I would be happy.
So let's discuss two scenarios then.
Okay.
Scenario one, you alone do the Friday thing. Let's think about a couple of considerations in that case. If we do that, you would have to merge master somewhere around your time zone. So not Jarv's time zone, because that would mean a full day of people possibly putting pick into auto deploy and so on. So it would probably have to be your workday. You would probably have to disable the cherry picker so that new commits do not go in to the auto deploy branch on gitlab.com. And you would need to verify and confirm that the state on dev.gitlab.org for the auto deploy branch and on gitlab.com is the same. So you have a, baseline,
State
0.
of the master branch.
No, I'm talking about the auto deploy branch.
Oh yeah.
Because we're deploying from that, right? So if you confirm that dev.gitlab.org and .com have the same auto deploy branch, you can then disable, like pause the scheduled job that does auto picker.
Yeah.
And you can use the chatops command to merge security fixes into master. But that's a good point as well. You would want to also confirm that master is in sync. That's a good point. So master in sync and auto deploy branch in sync. Once you confirm that, you use the chatops command to merge into master, merge security fixes into master.
Yeah.
Right. And I think you would have to manually cherry pick into auto deploy. Alternative.
Why wouldn't I do a merge?
Because the auto deploy branch has a diff compared to master right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit longer running. Alternative to that is you cutting a new auto deploy branch now to make sure that you're closely in sync and deploying that through the rest of the day today. But that might take a bit more time. I don't know,
I think that adds to the confusion.
It adds a bit more to the confusion, and it adds more work to you and Jarv, and like it gets a bit, I think, a bit complicated. That's why I think the next OKR for us is going to be migrating all of this to .com development. Yeah. It's going to be really important. So if you merge all of those things into master, you will need to make sure that you cherry pick all of those merge requests. You remember how that was done, right? With cherry pick, whatever.
Yeah.
If you do it in the correct order, oldest to the newest, it should literally be a couple of minutes of work. Like it all manual, unfortunately, I think. Yeah. And if you do that, in that case, if the manual cherry pick goes fine, you make sure that you do git remote remove origin to make sure that GitLab CE on GitLab.com, GitLab EE on GitLab.com are out of sight of your reach. And I'm not kidding. I'm saying git remote remove, please. Only have dev.gitlab.org inside of your remotes. What I do, by the way, what I do in these cases is like, I don't have origin at all, ever, for these branches because I have to think twice what I'm typing. Anyway, you can do it that way. And then once you've done that, once the auto deploy branch on dev.gitlab.org has the new security fixes, you would go to the passing build pipeline, schedule pipeline, right? And add the security equals true variable. I don't think I am absolutely certain of that. When you do that, you can just then do the play thing, and it will get the latest commit. It is now going to look for a passing build, and it is going to look only on dev.gitlab.org for it, and it's going to build a package for it and deploy it through all the environments, all the way up to Canary. It should.
Well, QA isn't working right now, so.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, never mind.
Yeah. So when that is done, you need to get the approval from OnCall to deploy on Friday. Yeah, that is the tricky part of this scenario. But if you inform them well up in advance, that should be okay. But then we also need to remember to inform development that we are deploying security, which means anything that is going to be added on Friday afternoon and expected to be deployed is going to be delayed until Monday.
Yeah.
Right. So none of that is going to get in until Monday, at least for now in this process. So that's the option you have right now. And then come Monday, it doesn't matter, right? Like master is going to be in sync. It does matter, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. It does matter.
Because master is going to be like behind on dev.
Yeah, master is going to diverge. Master is going to diverge. So then basically it is up to, is Jar working on Monday?
He said he was just going to be away from keyboard.
All right. In that case, he should sync up with whoever is responsible on the security side to get the release as early as possible on Monday. So I don't know, mid workday Europe time, so that master can be unfrozen then. Then manual syncing would need to be done, right? Yeah. You would need to manually sync masters between .com and org, and run the creation of a new auto deploy branch, right? Once masters are in sync, create a new branch, and the rest of the process is then simple.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
That's easy. So that's the Friday scenario. What if we waited till Monday?
All right, Monday. Monday, well, nothing you have to do right now. So today and tomorrow are free. Come Monday, whatever was deployed with the current auto deploy branch So we would have to know the current auto deploy branch.
Because Sunday we'll get a new one that gets created.
Correct. And we don't want to bring in 90 or 100 or 500 new commits, right? So we need to know that branch, and we need to ensure that whatever is in that branch has been deployed to .com. So it went through all the environments. So anything that is going to be added today, tomorrow, over the weekend needs to go out as a first thing on GitLab.com. Then you would need to do the same thing with master, sync the same things like you would in the scenario for Friday, but cherry pick into the old auto deploy branch.
Yeah.
So this week's auto deploy branch.
Yep.
And then deploy that. Yeah. And then the rest of the process is the same. Sync masters, create a new auto deploy branch after you released the package. And the rest of the process are also the same.
Just these plans are difficult.
Yeah, both of the plans are difficult. I recognize that. And we need to ensure, like, it is really difficult to do this without leaking anything while we are working in public.
Yeah.
So that's why it's going to be an important thing to do in the next couple of months. But in both cases, you would expect a new auto deploy branch from master after the thing got published. That's going to make things easier. It's only that in one scenario, you're doing this right now and kind of freezing things until Monday. And the other scenario is on Monday, you have a bit more extra work to make sure that everything that was merged up until this point is deployed to .com.
Gotcha.
So difficulty is pretty much the same.
It's just a matter of squeezing it all in over the course of a weekend or all in one day.
Yeah.
And I've got the benefit where I could push all this on Jarve on Monday, or I could release some of this strain and do some of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
up to you.
But
up to you how you're going to handle it. In both cases, it's some work. And again, exactly why we will need to figure it out. And, you know, another good news is we are not the only ones that are having this problem with security stuff and you know, running branches. We are the only ones that are doing this in public, so that makes it a bit more our problem than anyone else's. But I'm sure that there is a customer out there expecting us to find a way to fix this for them as well.
yeah.
So it's not going to be a throwaway work.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.